Every human on our planet is the Homo Sapien. Together with our extinct ancestors and closest animal relatives, we are part of the broader genus of Homo. But how and when did this happen? The human and chimpanzees lineages first diverged from apes 8 million years ago. By 6 million years ago, the Homo genus walked upright. The brain size continued a steady increase in size, but the species still lived mainly in trees. A new species, Homo Habilis, emerged in Africa. Its brain, although small, was larger than other species and began to create the first stone tools. Habilis had a smaller face and teeth than earlier Hominians, but retained a protruding ape-like jaw, and the modern type foot arch, which allowed upright walking, developed. Homo naledi developed the modern shock-absorbing curve in their spine. Technology was developed. Tools such as flint gave the ability to kill large animals. Naledi formed early settlements for resting and eating. The skull advanced in shape but with a tiny brain case, and the mouth contained a puzzling mix of modern and primitive teeth. Species developed primitive shoulders and elongated fingers. Long, slender leg bones and modern-type feet enabled efficient walking. Homo erectus was the first hominian to venture beyond Africa. The brain size approached the lower limit of the modern human dimensions. The face was a short, wide, and a low forehead, and the first example of a broad, fleshy nose. Erectus was robust, with long legs suited to upright walking and distance running. Homo neanderthals invented a hand axe, the first tool with well-designed form. An outwardly bulging, oval-shaped brain case accommodated a huge brain, and the face had a thick, rounded brow ridge, angled cheekbones, and a large nose. A funnel-shaped chest cavity and upwardly flaring hips gave this species a short, stocky body. Neanderthals were heavily built with large joints and compact lower arms and legs to conserve heat during Ice Age climates. The Homo Habilis spread more widely than earlier Hominians and into Europe. They had the ability to control fire and build places to cook. Their face became notably flatter with a wide nasal opening, sloping forehead and arched brow ridges. Thick shin bones, complete with bony ridges, suggest that these people were strongly built. By this time, Homo sapiens had developed large complex brains, wooden spears to make hunting large animals safer, and they constructed shelters to protect their families. They used pigment as crayons to communicate with symbols. The skull was thin, broad, and high-vaulted, with rounded brain case that housed a very large brain. The face has a high vertical forehead, a less prominent nose, and a subtle divided brow ridges. The pelvis is narrow and deeply curved, and the chest is barrel-shaped. The skeleton became more delicate, with long legs, slender fingers, toes, and a lean musculature. And they are us. Back to the studio.